Hello. Who the hell is that? Oh my god, it's me. I'm looking at my little output there. Is everything working? No? I don't know. It doesn't matter really. Oh, I smashed my desk a little bit. I should change my glasses. I wore these yesterday. Give me a second. I don't even like them that much. I mean, I like them, but, I got a million pairs. Something more dramatic. It's called for. That box there has 12 pairs of prescription glasses. But I have two of these boxes that look like that in there. Kind of weird. I like these. These are Chinese. I don't wear them as much as I should because I don't know. I think I pull it off though. The big. I don't know if I don't know if I'll wear these to work. But they're pretty cool design. Really, they're not very complicated. They were very expensive. Anyway, cheers. Let's talk about today's web stream. We're live on the Twitch and the YouTube arenas, going out to the entire world and universe, etc. I've got my freshly poured with the ice. That's ice in there. Glass of Diet Coca-Cola. The FIFA edition. It's got a little extra soccer player sweat poured in there for flavor. Same toys. And what we'll be doing today, we'll be taking the beautiful blue Bluetooth controller and we will be flying around in Microsoft Flight Simulator up until the point in which I get bored of doing that, which is usually about 45 minutes in. But I do it on a daily basis. I don't know where we're going to go. I don't know which of my many planes in the hangar I'm going to fly in. I've got a whole bunch of planes. We can only fly one at a time, though. You know what I'm saying? But it's nice to take a 2-hour break from my day. I've been cleaning up. I've been working around the house. It's a weekends for me. I'm a working guy, so weekends for me have a lot of errands and things around the house that have been backing up and need to get done and random weird shit. But what we got? We have the Himalayan salt lamp. We have the Twitch glitch logo sign. The Love Lego. My musical studio. This is my latest. The guitar I've been playing a lot is my Yamaha Rev Star. I just restrung it. I wasn't sure if I really liked the strings, the Elixir Nano Webs. So I put the strings I like on, which are my default strings, which are Ernie Ball regular Slinkies. Of course, it needs a lot of tuning because the strings are still stretching out. Still a tune. Anyway, today's not a guitar stream. That's why I played last time. I'll probably have a different guitar for next stream, which will be tomorrow. Today is Ken's Piano Lounge. I'm going to take my piano, which is sitting there over there. I'm going to whip it down. I'm going to slap it down right in front of me here on the stand. Slap the piano down. I'm going to do my regular song list stuff. Oh, did I mention the Big Brain Games? No, because I forgot about them because I don't have my brain is fucked up. No, the Big Brain Games. That's when we sit down with the community, mainly me. We played the Quirtle, the Revealed, the Tightrope Trivia, the Reunion, the Loop, the New York Times Connections, and finish it up with an Octurnal. Why that order? Don't know, don't care. Hey, Sai, it's good to see you. Welcome to the Saturday stream. Yeah, every time I touch my camera is mounted on a very lightweight arm, so even the slightest bit of earthquake or like wind will cause it to jump around a bit. But that's always been that way. It's not a big deal. It's kind of heavy camera too. It's kind of it's got a big sense. This one right here, it's got a big sensor in it. And it seems to be working out. So how are you, by the way? How's everything going? Anything new? It's pretty quiet where I am. Same job. Gonna keep my job for another year and a half because if I want to retire, I have to wait till September of the year that my birthday happens. It's a long story. I don't have to, but I'm gonna. So and that's not this year. That'd be next year. But man, it's coming up, and I don't really want to know what I'm gonna do or where I'm gonna live. I know I want to move because I feel like I've lived here long enough. And it's a rental house. I don't really, I don't own it or anything like that. It's not like I have to sell it. I just have to get my shit together and move somewhere else. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Probably there'll be in a year and a half. It's like a long warning, a break in. Well, thanks. It's not really. I don't know. I might work longer because I feel like they still need me, and I do enjoy the job, and I could probably rent this house for as long as I want. Um, I'm working there for 10 years, a little more than 10 years now, 11 years, I think. So it's been the longest job, and I like it's very consistent. This house is close to the office, which is why I live here more than anywhere I want. But if I'm not working at that job and don't have to go to that office, there's a real reason to stay here. It's a very expensive part of the world, part of California. And California is very expensive. Anyway, but it is what it is. We'll figure it out when it happens. But I imagine once I full Social Security. That's interesting that you ask. It's sliding, so you could take it earlier and you get less, and that's fixed. That once you get it, that's what you get per month, unless there's cost of living increases. And you're right, 67 is considered retirement age. But if you go at 68, 69, or 70, it increases. So there's no such thing as full Social Security. It's just the retirement age is 67. But if you retire at 68, you get more monthly. But most people consider that a bad deal. That you should take it at 67 because blah blah blah. You're not going to live forever. You want to use that money now when I'm still young and able. You know what I mean? It's like so. So they recommend, even if you're going to work, to start taking it at 67, and not delay it, even if you're working. But I don't know if I'll be working. I really don't know. We'll have to see. It depends how long you live, and nobody knows. You could live a typical lifespan, but you could live longer or less. It's a real gamble, and so people people have to make a real personal decision on when they're gonna retire. But I'm fortunate in that at least I have a job. Probably it looks like continuously up to the time I want to retire. I don't have to ever look for another job, which is nice. Man, I gotta tell you. Hunting for a job of the office variety, anything related to computers or anything related at all to the digital world is awful. It's very terrifying right now. Very few people are hiring, let me put it that way, for those kind of jobs, because of blah, 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 and changes in the thing. And even for software engineers, we're not really hiring anyone. All right, so free flight. Let's pick a plane first. Yesterday I flew my Magna Gyro, which I really enjoyed. Also, I've been flying around these beautiful canyons, like the Grand Canyon yesterday. But today I would like to do a city flight. Okay, what's picking out at me? Nothing that's too hard to fly. This thing is actually kind of wacky and weird. It's a Russian small transport plane. I still haven't figured out how to fly the Goodyear blimp. It's going to take some training, and I have to do that offline. Let's see. Well, since we haven't flown the Yak 18 in a million years, it's not that much fun, but it is what it is. So we have free flight and flight scene. Those are the two variants. Well, let's just we'll see what kind of liveries we have. We have a bunch, I believe. I think this is a plane you have to buy, if I remember correctly. It doesn't come with the game. It wasn't expensive. Ooh, smuggler. What is smuggler? It's not really that big a deal. Silver checkers. I mean, that's pretty wild looking. Yeah. All right, let's pick that one. All right. A Russian-built, light transportation, but built for a serious purpose. So anyway, I was thinking next year. I'm already thinking about. First of all, this year I'm going to TwitchCon, the 5th year in a row. That's San Diego, but I've never been to the Euro TwitchCon, and I have friends who go. It's been in Amsterdam every year, but guess what? It's moving to Berlin next year. So I thought, and I'm thinking, you got to plan ahead. But I thought it might be fun since I want to do a city flight, and I was thinking about Berlin earlier. Okay, so there's the Brandenburg Airport. I want to take off at a small airport, like a GA, more of a general aviation. Yeah, like this one here. Hopefully I can cold start it. Yeah, we're going to change it to a daytime flight. But just because, if we've flown around Berlin before, but I really like to fly around destinations that I'm going to travel to. Like I flew around Vegas for the weeks before I went to Vegas. It's just fun. I'll probably fly around San Diego the weeks before I travel to San Diego. It's weird about I like to do that. So if I want to go to Berlin, it might be fun to kind of have a feeling for what the lay of the land is. So we're going to start northeast at this little GA airport in the farm area northeast of Berlin. In this little Russian Yak 18. I mean, it's not that tiny. It's like 10 passengers, I think. That's what it looks like. It's got a big Kinch. I like that at least they fixed it so that at least it has the big Kinch 909er. Do a little walk around there. You got a obviously that's a variable pitch propeller. And you got those open and shut. There's shutters there. We gotta control those for cooling purposes. All right, let's get inside the plane. I do not remember how to start this plane, so that is going to be a little tricky. But let's see what we got here. Cowl flaps. Probably open those. Throttle a little bit. Probably let's set the pitch on. Oil cooler flaps about halfway. Carburetor we're not going to need. Pitch lock. Okay, flaps. That's flaps there. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh my God, I have not. Don't want to forget these. We don't not that yet. Okay, we got to find the main power, which is wiper. This is a really cool. Again, I haven't been in this in a million years. Okay, so we're just gonna have to figure out where everything is. ADF. Okay. Oh yeah, down here it's gonna be the main power stuff. Battery, generator, ignition is on. Fuel valve is open. Close pull, open push. Nice. We probably should or can start it, I think. What's over here? Anything we need here? Yeah, this is just, we'll turn those on once we get the engine started. That's radio stuff. All right, let's just see if the starter is going to start. Primer. Ooh. I don't think it needs. Real priming. I mean, I don't think it matters. That matters too much. Well, let's just see here. Okay, so where's the starter again? It was right around here. It is. I don't think anything's happening. Okay, I missed something. All right, so I bet there's something up here, like a fuel valve. Maybe it's under primed. Okay, got this on. Battery on. Do we think it needs engine instruments? Maybe we need those. I don't know what this stuff is. Okay, fuel valve is open. Got a bunch of misspelled things. Receiver misspelled. Okay. Parking brakes 100%. Magneto's on. And yeah, but this thing doesn't get anywhere yet. I wonder what I'm missing. I have not started this plane in forever. Yoke visible. Boy, they have so many errors here. I mean, it might be a priming issue. But I don't really know. It doesn't say whether you're primed or not, you know what I mean? And it doesn't really seem like the starter is engaging. Magnetos are on. Okay, well, let's look at the checklist. Maybe it's going to be helpful. Probably not. And if that doesn't work, there's a way. All right, so aircraft checklists, pre-flight actions. Don't worry about that. Switch is off. Okay, before engine start, battery on. Yes, battery on. PT 200 converter. Oh, hold on, I can't see that. Oh, that's going to be tricky. Do I have to turn pilot off? Can I turn this off? Oh, this is going to be tricky. Can I get it from here? Oh, they're making it really hard to do this. Oh, is it on now? Yeah, they're going to make it really hard to do this. Maybe I can get it from here. Okay. Oh, that might have made a difference. Fuel gauge on. Fuel tanks total, fine. Fuel quantity sufficient. Fuel tanks left, fine. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure fuel is sufficient. Oh, and we got to switch off the converter. Oof, that's fine. What? Switch battery off. That doesn't make any sense. Fuel valve open. Pneumatic valve. Oh gosh. The hell? Oh geez. Pneumatic valve. 100%. Well, this is a really weird startup. Carb heating, primer, manifold. Okay. Pull it 5-10 times. Cylinder type 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if we're going to actually... Propeller. Oh, right. You have to turn the propeller from the outside of the aircraft. I forgot about that. Nah, that makes sense, right? So we have to go... let's see. We have to go... One of these views is outside... Oh, is outside the aircraft, right? No? How are we going to do that, then? Oh, that's just to turn it, right? Okay, ignition on... Fuel gauge on, engine start press. It should start doing. Oh, it is. We followed. I guess we needed to turn some other stuff on. All right. The checklist was helpful. That's good enough. All right, look it up. We're flying. Oh, it looks like we have radio systems. We can fly around and do a little tour of Berlin. I believe I have changed the time of day. It's nighttime there, but I left the weather on, so. Yeah, we changed the time of day so it's a nice day flight. Of course, it's dark there. We're just going to depart straight out. What's going on with my... I got to figure out how to turn on all these switches here. Okay, clock heat. What do we need? Pitot heat, no. Strobe lights, yes. Position lights, yes. Panel lights. Stall warning, sure. Altitude indicator. What's this one here? Taxi lights, sure, why not? What's this one here? Transponder, marker, intercoms, ADF, all this stuff comes on now that we have the engine power. We don't need the landing gear lamps for now. What is this here? It's a very unusual. I guess we can turn both these on, right? Okay, that's on. All right, so let's fly. I've been standing here long enough. Okay, which way is the runway? Hard to say. Which way is the runway? Give me the little blue things. Alright, blue things. Oh, other way. It's a cool little plane. Hello. Oh, I've had this happen before. Shit. It's got some bugs. It's got some bugs with the steering jams. It's not a fun bug, but eventually you can kind of unjam it if you're on a hard surface. Okay. All right, too much power. But yeah, so I've been looking forward to flying around random cities in the world, and Berlin looks great because it's been updated. It's part of the many years ago. It's part of the Germany update, or a couple years ago, along with many of the great cities. But yeah, we'll check it out. We're going to swoop around, do a little urban canyon carving. And hopefully I will find where the convention center is. Like I know in Rotterdam, right where the convention is, the Ahoy Center. This is a long-ass runway. We don't need any of that. That's what it looks like from here. You got plenty of windows, but they're kind of beat up a little bit, you know. Which is nice and realistic. These are definitely older planes. Okay, we can take off from here. We don't need to go all the way down there. This is fine. We use this cutoff here. So yeah, there's probably a reason why I don't fly the Yak that much. It's just a little bit of a ponderous beast. But everyone should prepare for takeoff because this will actually be in the air pretty soon. I actually like the kind of startup and you know, having to taxi is obviously not exciting compared to the actual flying part. Okay, we're gonna stop here. We're gonna put the parking brakes on. We're gonna put flaps to there. Loud electric flaps operation. Slightly positive trim. Announce our takeoff to part straight out. I don't care. Okay, check our instruments over here. So we want this repeller pitch at 100%. Cowl flaps at. Can we control those? Open or closed. Throttle. What's this? Flaps 33%. We are good. Parking brake off. Get a little power here. This is what it looks like from here. We're going to be taking off from this runway. It should be fun. And have I flown around Berlin? Many times. But I don't remember that well. Because, I mean, I fly like thousands of different places. Alright, so we're ready to take off. We're going to advance that, throttle that yellow thing. And that's full power from this plane. I should figure what those red lights are. Let's see. Do we have airspeed? We're almost at takeoff, which is 75 knots. There you go. It does have gear that comes up. You want to bring up that gear. So we'll be heading southwest, basically this direction, and then flaps here, those electric flap systems. Maybe it's hydraulic. I don't know. You see the cowl flaps are open, I think, at the bottom there. Or, let's see, or is it the flaps in the front? See, those are open. And so we want to cool. We want these a little closed down. That's effectively the oil cooler flaps. So now they're going to be more closed, I think. It's hard to tell. But if we close this, oh no, it's cowl flaps. Okay, it's just those are the cowl flaps because they open or close. Gotcha. Okay, well we shouldn't need them now. Okay, so trim it back to 0. Beautiful day for flying. Heading southwest to the city of Berlin. Should just be a couple of miles. I think you can see, or like 10 miles or so. I think you can see the buildings up in the distance up there, but I'll check the map. We got some beautiful, again, we're out in the fields here. That's where we took off from that. You can see the airstrip back there. All right, looks like they're doing a lot of wind turbines. All right, what's our speed? Oh, way too fast. Okay, we're going to get the engine to the cruise and propeller to the cruise level. That's propeller pitch to be about 80%, about 80. That's no stuff. And throttle down to about there. And then we'll get to a cruise speed of about 110, 120 in that range. It's about as fast as these would go. But while we're we're going to look at the all the wind turbines and looks like arable land where they're farming in most cases. Being that this is close to Berlin, you think, if you're going to grow a crop, you can bring it right to the city, get good money for it. And you're pretty close. We'll try not to. We're gonna do a little wind turbine carving, canyon carving, wind turbine avoidance. Clearly, it's not legal to fly like this. Now, this is not a stunt plane. It has a pretty slow roll rate. Okay, we're gonna bring it up to about there. We can make sure we've got plenty of lift, a lot of fuel. It's a pretty plane, and it's very practical because you look back there, you can see you see 3 people, 3 passengers. I guess 4, including where the co-pilot is sitting. It's pretty small. I mean, it's comparable to a Cessna, but it's obviously going to be more expensive to run than a Cessna, I think. Okay, you see the skyline of Berlin down that way, I believe. But we'll check. It's not a very, obviously, I don't think Berlin has a lot of tall buildings, so it's going to take. We'll probably get right on it. Flight planner. Right. It's basically here, because I think the main airport is to the south of it. It's on the river, right? Whatever river that is. But we'll find it. I don't know the area that well, but we'll have to look around. But again, the one thing I did want to find, and I may have to do a cross-referencing on, should give us that you're leaving our area. Cross-referencing with Google Maps to find the Berlin Convention Center, which is where TwitchCon, Euro TwitchCon will be. I don't know. I mean, it was just, I'm not that excited about a TwitchCon at all. First of all, I've been 5 times. It's not that exciting a convention. It's just an excuse to go somewhere and meet up with people that I know. And that's it. But I think Berlin might be fun. If you see, there's one thing you're going to see off in the distance, you can barely see, is there's an observation tower, very common in European cities and Canadian ones. Observation tower that has a rotating restaurant at the top or something like that. Well, we'll check it out. Okay, so we're already in the suburban area. These are the suburbs of Berlin. And it's already getting away from not just houses, but apartment blocks. These are, obviously apartment living. pretty. Medium density, high density, I don't know what you call that. Well, this is a school, but that's just got to be apartments. I don't really see any kind of facilities. Um, let's see, where was the tower? Yeah, it's dead ahead. Well, it looks like they're, we're going to head down this way and then make a right turn. I just want to see if there's any kind of interesting shit down here. So where are we on the map? We can't really tell where we are. We're still a ways northeast of the city. And our beautiful Yak-15, it's a Russian-built plane. Or, yeah, I think Yakolev is a Russian. They also make, like, fighters and stuff like that. But you can see that's going to be Berlin that direction, I am pretty sure. But we're in no hurry. There's some kind of factory there. I wonder if they make cars around here, you know. Germany makes a lot of cars, but that looks like that would be a car factory. The car factory is going to be huge. And Munich is where the BMW factory is. I'm not sure who makes cars in Berlin, but I bet somebody does have a car factory there. So again, we're keeping our eye on that tower there, which is the observation tower. And just checking out what we're seeing on the ground. Looks like we got, you know, stuff that you load onto train cars and sell. I don't know what that is. Is it blow? I don't know, maybe. So anyway, this is what you call commercial activity. Lots of low buildings, parking. There is a bus depot. See, I think all those yellow things are buses, like school buses. Sometimes you can see that real easily. Oh, and look at that. What is that? It's just little houses with pools, with above-ground pools. And all of them have it. It's kind of interesting. Then we got like a road down this way. Yeah, this is not Berlin. This is a city east of Berlin. That's like effectively a suburb. But I kind of want to check out this obelisk. I guess it's power generation. A smokestack there. Anyway, we're still not that far. We're gonna make a. I just want to check this out. This is pretty. It's definitely quite industrial. It's not. I mean, it's pretty in that there's so much complexity in the models. It's probably power, I think. Maybe smelting. I don't know. All right, so let's head to Berlin. So we're gonna make this right turn here. I don't need that, do I? So from this place, you'd see there's commuter rail, probably or just rail right away here. And there's your there's a train station there. Head this way into the Berlin area. That's Berlin there. But as soon as we hit, yeah. So this road. Oh, check this road out. This road might be a fun one to get low on and do a little low level canyon carving here. It's straight down to downtown Berlin, and that's where we want to go to. So might as well stay at nice low level, enjoy all the buildings on the left and right side of us. They're not the most detailed in the world, but I guess some of them got some branding on them. You should watch what you're doing when you're flying below building level. And these are only like 6-story buildings. So it's sort of like Paris. These old European cities limited the height of most buildings, and so if you want to build a modern skyscraper, you have to do it out of the city limits. It's like Paris, effectively, I believe. So you won't see a lot of imposing skyscrapers. There's a few exceptions. That's really cool. These two buildings here. Wow. But this is a long ass boulevard here. You see, we're getting closer and closer to that the famous Berlin observation tower. At which point we will get off the plane and take a look at it. But yeah, this is how low I like to fly. I don't want to fly high up in the air. You know, I just like to take my chances. There's a big circle down there with some kind of obelisk or edifice or something. But yeah, you're like, where are we anywhere near Berlin? Well, in a second you're going to see we're like almost right there. But you can't see it from this low level, which is fine. Buildings there. There's observation tower there. I'm guessing it has a restaurant in it. It's usually like located at like where theaters. There's a park there. There's a plaza. There's a bunch of fancy buildings. There's an old cathedral. Is this the water? Is this the river here? Right here? I think that's the river. I think. And lots of Berlin to look at. We're gonna fly around it a couple times. It looks like it goes a long ass way, and I believe it effectively has a large, Central Park area, if I remember correctly. Famous park, and this is the Brandenburg Gate here. Right here, famous place. A lot of famous places. But we're going down here further. Basically, we went all the way down this road here. That's the famous Brandenburg Gate. So there's this huge park, and it's got all sorts of like little things, I guess, attractions or things you can do with this park. But it's huge. It's quite big. It's I think it's bigger than Central Park in New York, and the city completely surrounds it. Well, there's like a opera house or theater over there, I think. Lots of cool looking buildings on that side. We have these snaky looking buildings on the side of the river. I remember this one. I always look at this one. I'm like, that's cool. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, there, and this is a famous. This area here is quite famous. So as I mentioned, there's a big obelisk thingy here. But again, what I don't know is where is the convention center? Because I don't know where it is. I'm gonna look it up. Okay, I'm gonna look it up because I have a feeling I can use this park as a point of reference geographically. Okay, so Berlin, Germany, Convention Center. Usually that's all you got to put, and it'll be like, okay, right here, but maybe not. Yeah, Messe Berlin Convention Center, right? Where is that? Okay, so according to this, okay, so that's Tiergarten is this huge park. All we got to do is take this road due west, this one we're on, and we should find it. Oh, cool. We're like hidden there. It's a ways. But according to that information I have right there, which I believe, boy, there are all sorts of cool looking buildings. We can follow this road. Of course, Berlin is one of those great cities that combines a very old architecture and a lot of modern stuff, like Rotterdam and other European cities. I guess you can see there are relatively tall buildings in some areas. So yeah, we're going to head down here, and we're going to see kind of a commercial area. It's a ways up. Yeah, we're going to through, yeah, okay. It's another like 5-minute driving. I think kind of up where those towers are. But I believe we will fly over the Messe Berlin Convention Center, which I think is the main convention center, but it looks like they have several. There's also the BCC Berlin Congress Center. But I don't know, it's like a conference center. But I'm looking for, this one here is technically, it's just a large convention center. But I know it's on the left side. So we're going to kind of go on the left side. But we'll notice it because of a lot of large flat buildings. Is it here? Is it this thing here? What is this? Oh, see, that's, yeah. As a matter of fact, I think this is in the right area. You can see there's some really cool looking structures here. But I believe these buildings here, you can see there's a whole central, double check this oval area here. Right? Yes, exactly. Perfecto. That's the Sommergarten. So where technically, yeah, so technically this large building here would be the convention center hall, one of the halls. There's several halls. Oh, it's actually saying that all of this area, including those things there, is the convention center, which means, it can handle large or multiple conventions. But you can imagine it's the capital of Germany. It's going to have a lot of things. But this is all convention center area. These are all different halls. This thing here. So technically, I would assume, I'm assuming, but I would think that TwitchCon Berlin next year will be there. Which is a good thing for planning. Like, you don't necessarily want to, if you're like getting a little boutique hotel or renting an Airbnb, you kind of want to be someplace that has good transportation options to and from the convention center. I assume there's an underground. There's a lot of underground. Okay, so we're going to head out to the nuclear power plant. Check it out. We won't smash into it. That would be mean. in my opinion. But you can definitely tell a nuclear power plant. It's not just the cooling towers, although those are also important. And usually you see two, but one's probably enough. But it's not just that. And also there's probably other kinds of systems going on. But you can see these buildings here are pretty obviously containment buildings here. Or if you kind of understand what a nuclear power plant containment kind of looks like, those are their containment buildings. There's almost always two reactors. It's not cost effective to build just one reactor, and usually at least two if you really want your power plant to be efficient at making, cost efficient. There's other like older power centers. Looks like there's water treatment plant over there. A lot of industrial stuff going on. We got a tank farm here, by which I mean lots of tanks hanging out on the farm. And it's pretty. This is a... Okay, and there's that over there. What's this? Hold on a second. What's this over here? We hit over here. What is this over here? Oh yeah, okay, that's that. Okay. Ice Verder. Ice water? Is that what that means? Cold? It's just a little river. But over here, up here, is a Spandau, which I believe is a prison or, a fort or something. So I want to fly over that and see how that looks. It's right here. It's this kind of orangey building here. So I believe that's an old, probably, well, let's just check. I got it right here on Google Maps. Zitadel Spandau. So the Spandau Citadel. It's a citadel with a turbulent history featuring Berlin's oldest structures and a local history museum. These are Berlin's oldest structures. Interesting. So they're obviously not currently storing, people there. But yeah, it would be a... yeah. Spandau. I guess it was a concentration or transfer camp at some point in World War II. You know what I'm saying? That's what they mean by turbulent history. But yeah, so there's this water thing there, and there's an island there. That's the Eiswasser. But then the river kind of continues down this way. It is a beautiful day for flying at low altitude over Berlin in a Russian-built Yak-15. At least the things are... What is this, by the way? Oh, I think this is an altitude warning. Yeah, basically this comes on when it's like, why isn't your gear down? So it's telling... Oh, look at this beautiful train station. That's a big one. That's a big one. And it's got some, like, hotel. Some kind of... That's definitely a hotel, because you see the pool and the pool area right there. It says Spandau Garden. Okay. There used to be a great... there used to be an alt band from Germany called Spandau Ballet. They were pretty well known. So I guess this is the Spandau area of Germany, of Berlin. All right, let's go down this way. I want to check the water. But pretty much, next thing we're going to do in about 5 minutes is ask the question, where is the nearest runway that can handle a plane this size? What is that building over there? There's all sorts of questions that could be answered. I think we flew over this already. We'll check it again. Anything where it's kind of flat and then there's a hill and there's a building on the top of it, could be a castle. Kind of hard to tell. We haven't really seen too many actual castles. By the way, the simulation has been performing extremely well today. Good job, Asobo Studios. Haven't seen any bugs. Haven't seen any major hiccups. It's interesting, this building on a hill. I wonder if it's like a hospital, it's like a big building with a good view. This whole area here looks kind of nice. There's a whole marina with your boats there. Lots of boats. This is probably just residential, but to me it kind of almost could be a hospital, kind of a big building. It's probably residential. Oh, what's over here though? Is this a castle? Let's find out. And then if I had points of interest, it would tell me right where the Aeropuerto is. Well, but I can figure it out. Okay, where are we? We're there. The Aeropuerto is to that way, to the east of us. This is apparently an observatory. You know what I mean? Or no, it's not necessarily observatory. These could be radio towers. Radio. Yeah, it's not observatory. I don't think. Looks more like those are just radio domes. You know, where the radars in there. Hard to say. It looks like a big penis from here. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I'm just saying the shape of it is. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. All right, have a little Diet Coke here. We're gonna land shortly, so please put your trays in the upright, the locked position, and prepare to kiss your ass goodbye. We're gonna land here at EDDI, which is a pretty big airport. What do we got? We got a couple miles. It's kind of one of these airports that's surrounded by city. You'll see. All right, so what do we want here? That's all good, pretty much. That's fine for landing. We're good. Everything is good. Temperature looks fine. All the instruments are performing as expected, as far as I can tell. I don't really know this plane that well. Berlin. And I mentioned, it's kind of a random destination. It looks really nice today, though. Which is a good one. There's more like smokestacks over here, big buildings. Because I was thinking about, the earlier I was talking to my friends who were thinking about next year going to TwitchCon in Berlin. I haven't been to Europe in so long, but like building that building over there. And this one's really interesting. I think this is an old power plant, maybe an old style power plant. One of those power plants from the like 40s or 50s or something. Burning coal. I don't know. Okay, anyway, airport up ahead. You can kind of see it from here. Okay, so flaps down here. So I was like, well, if I'm going to go to Berlin next year, I should like fly over it. It's huge, though. It is humongous. All right, you can see the airport ahead, and we are going to be landing shortly. I don't need this up anymore. I can see the airport. Well, I'm just enjoying some of the sights and kind of the street layout, various large buildings. You can see the railroads and street right-of-ways, and that's the rail. We're gonna put our gear down right here. It's interesting. As soon as I hit the gear down, the points of interest showed up again. I wonder if that's a related thing. I don't really understand. I don't know. Okay, flaps to 2/3. Has very loud flap. I think it's an electrical flap system. So the flaps are really in an unusual place underneath the fuselage, not on the wing. It's a Russian-built plane. I think the runway that's not the runway. The runway's over here. We're gonna land over here. We're gonna land on the runway codes, not on the. Well, there's two runways, but we're gonna land on the active one. I think this is the active one over here. It's probably both active. Okay, so we're going to reduce some power here because we're going kind of fast. That's what it looks like from here. Even less power. And again, the only issue with this plane is going slow enough so that you're not going to bounce on the runway too hard. Got to crab a little to the right. We got a little right to left wind here. Actually, probably the other runway. Doesn't matter. Okay, we're on the ground. Slowing down. As a perfectly good landing. Okay, gear up, or flaps up. Again, I haven't flown this plane in a long time. So, somebody just sent me some spam. That's TLDR territory right there. But don't worry, it's a bot. You can't hurt their feelings. There's an airport over there. Let's just check it out real quickly. We're gonna drive over there, on the ground. It's a ways, but I might as well while we're here. But yeah, if I'm planning on traveling to Berlin, then I like to fly over it. I'm planning on going to San Diego. I already have my tickets for San Diego. Well, not plane tickets, but I have the Twitch pass, 3-day pass with the party. And that's in San Diego. That's going to be November, so I'll be flying over San Diego. I'm like, yeah, that's where I'll be. It's just sort of a thing I like to do. Okay, so this is the other runway here. We're going to head to the Oops. A little fast here. To the, wherever the terminal is, which is way down this way. Oops. We're fine. It's fine. It's going a little fast. Going a little fast. Hey, these Russian-built planes are built well. They're strong. They're strong like bull. It's a Yak-15, which is a real plane. It's basically these Yaks were competitors to a Cessna or a Piper Cub or something like that. But they are a little bigger. But I bet they're cheaper to operate because, you know, Russians are good at that kind of thing. So you got this little airport here near Berlin. This isn't, I don't think this is the main airport. I don't think so. We'll see. I think it's just one of their, like, more, you know, oh, it's cool. They've got like, carnival tents there. For some reason, it's not that, rare to see a carnival right next to an airport because, you know, the noise isn't going to bother the carnival. And vice versa, the carnival is going to make noise where it would normally might bother people, but not near the airport. So yeah, that thing, it looks like it has not been completely fixed up in terms of that shit there. But we're just driving around a bit. We're going to shut off the engines and get off the plane. And that was our flight for today. But there's lots of streaming to do because we got to start the Big Brain games. It's like 20 minutes of Big Brains. And that'll be starting shortly. And then the musical segment today will be just me doing Ken's Piano Lounge. If you don't like me doing Ken's Piano Lounge, if you've seen it before, or you've seen it before, it'll be just like that. Not particularly new, but I do enjoy playing the piano, and I like to do it at least 3 times a week. And playing it live gives me a little extra, it's hard to say, a little extra juice. Look at that kind of low-res shit there. A little extra juice in that I can, you know, rather than playing the piano all by myself, which I do all the time, and the guitar, with no audience, I can pretend there's a giant audience, and like they get really upset when I, so anyway, flip this here and then look outside. You see how those things open up, those shutters open up there? Probably when you're on the ground, you want the shutters open up because there's no airflow and you don't want the engine to overheat. Okay, but anyway, and then we can cut off the fuel, turn off the magnetos. And there you go. Yak, is it Yak 18? Did I call it Yak 15? It's Yak 18. I made a mistake. I think I called it Yak 15 100 times. I was thinking of MiG 15. It's a Yak 18. All right, then you can start turning switches off. Doot, 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 doot. These all do something, too. It's, you know, they're all lights or ignitions or master power. These things don't really do anything, right? Fuel quantity, selector. I don't care about those. Yeah, I wonder if you can open the door, right? Is there a door opening? I don't think there is. Let's see what this side. I don't think the door handle works. Those don't work. That doesn't do anything. Is there a door latch up there? I don't think so. I think this is just one of those that you can't open the door, right? Right, yeah, there is a door there, right? You can't really, and on this side, is there a door? Yeah, there's doors on both sides. So they're just not under, there's just something here. Just checking. Yeah, you'd think they can, you know, for add-on plane. All right, that was fun. It is, I mean, it's nice. It's for what it is. It's fine. I wouldn't call it pretty, but it is what it is. It's not ugly. All right, so we're going to get out of that. Main menu. I'm going to switch over to the Just Chatting category because they don't have a Big Brain Games category, but I don't want to stream in the Microsoft Flight Simulator category because that's ain't what we'll be doing for the next while here. Just Chatting, quit to desktop, face cam only while I set up the Big Brain Game numero uno. Oh, who's that? She's on a, hold on a second, I got to contribute to a Golden Cap train. Right? Nice. Golden Cap train for Kichi Case. Person I know. Okay. You hate the bots? You can't hate the bots. The bots don't hate you. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you don't love the bots, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. They are there. I get them, I probably don't get them as much, well, the deal is because my stream is quiet, the bots are going to take advantage of it. If there's a lot of people chatting, the bots aren't going to get noticed. But there's nothing you could do. You can't ban them. They have a different account every day. Okay. All right, so we're in the big brain games category, which I like to call just chatting. All right, let's start up the games. This is the Quirtle. We're gonna start with the Extreme. It's one of the harder ones. This is what I like to call a warm-up game. It's a lot like the Wordle, which I do every day. I did not do well on today's Wordle, by the way. I barely got it at 6. It was scary. But this is like the Wordle, except you got to solve 4 of these 5-letter word puzzles at the same time. Okay, lower left, I think I know what that one is, because it can't start with B, because there's no diphthongs like blate or, there's no diphthong, so it has something B-A-T-E, and so that word is going to be abate, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Okay. And then this word on the lower right could be creep, right? I mean, what else could it be? C-R-E, we know that, and we know there's a P, and it's not crepe, P-E, because there's no E at the end. And it doesn't have any of the vowels. Yeah, it had to be creep. Okay, and then this one is going to be... Okay, interesting. There's an M, but we know everything else. So it's either A-M-A-S something. And that, I don't know. Oh, a mass. 2 S's, right? Fine. And this is just the warm game. There's going to be a lot of big brain games here. We'll be doing and most of them some of them I'll go a lot slower on because they're not timed, and people can like suggest words or ideas if they want, but if they don't, I don't care. All right. So we got one more to do here. We know where the O is, we know where the E is, and all we know is there's an R and a B. Okay. And we have 2 guesses. It could be something O-B-E-R, but it could also be B-O something E-R. Okay, that's done. Boxer. I was going to say boxer. All right. That's big brain game number 1. I always do it in basically the same order every day. So the next one we're going to do is called The Reveal. It's from the fine folks at Britannica.com. Today's category, they have a new one of these every single day. Today's the July 25th edition. The category is science and technology. And what we know is that the correct answer will have 1 word, and it's going to have exactly 8 letters in it, not 9. And for God's sake, not 5. Get out of here. 7, maybe. No, it's going to have 8 letters. All right. So let's read off this heavily redacted document and see if we can suss out what that word is, what we're looking for there. Okay. A popular blank suggests that the concept of blank, the thing we're looking for, was discovered by the blank while he was taking a blank. He knew that some materials blank in blank, while others did not. With more investigation, blank developed the idea that for an blank to blank in blank, the blank of that object blank, when it is placed in blank, must be blank than the blank of the blank itself. This insight became the basis of what is now known as blank principle. Huh. Concept of what we're looking for. Huh. All right, this is interesting. 8 letters. I don't think it's electricity. And that's not 9 letters, right? Or that's 9. It's not electricity. Concept of blank. By the way, we can guess as many times as we want. We have a limited number of reveals. Was discovered by, kind of want to see what this one is. Who's this person? Archimedes. Okay. So, I believe now it's buoyancy. All right. No, it's not buoyancy. It's Okay, Archimedes. That gives us a lot. He knew some materials floated in water while others sank. So it's not buoyancy, it's density, right? That doesn't fit. It's 8 letters. Well, so he developed the idea that for displacement is that's also doesn't fit. Whew. I'm pretty sure we're talking about he knew that floating in water while some sank. Things that sank. He's the concept of that. Which did I not spell buoyancy correctly? Because that seems what it's got to be, right? Did I spell it right? I'm not sure I did. It didn't look right. B-U-O, right? Okay. Yeah, I misspelled it. We got it right. I mean, I was on the right track. It's the spelling got me. So, all right, we only needed one Archimedes. That was really all we got needed. That was pretty good, I think. Again, I had to correct my spelling, but there's a buoy being lighter than water, whatever. Other players required a relatively large number of reveals and hints, but a solid 70% solved it. So a medium difficulty one, I would say. All right, we got lots more to do. I'm going to do the tightrope trivia next. It's a timed multiple choice 9-question trivia quiz. This one's going to be the harder one of the hardest ones. Sunday's tomorrow is the hardest. If you want to get this good score, you have to get the question both correct and quickly, because the time you get it, the time you take is the biggest part of your score. So I can't really look. I'm not going to look at chat or anything like that. I'm just going to power through these. All right, let's get started. Turtle rabbit. Armadillo. I guess that makes more sense. Oof, these are already hard. Pretty much that was proved his leadership. Gordium. It was the Gordian knot, right? Scientist. Einstein would be the Berlin. We were just in Berlin too. It's kind of, these are already freaking hard though. Luxury company trademarks his signature robin's egg blue color. Is it Tiffany? I'm just guessing my ass off here. Phrenectomy. Oof. Phrenectomy. I don't know. Tongue tie. Oh my god, never heard of it. Finish played. It was Ride of the Valkyries, of course. That's an easy one. Hey man, it's a trivia quiz. Sometimes they're hard and sometimes they're easy. Vertiginous. A tall building. Fruit is banned in public just because of the durian is usually banned. It apparently doesn't taste as bad as it smells, though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know. When it converges with what river? The Rio Grande? Oof, I wouldn't know. The Ohio, that makes more sense. Man, that was a hard one today. Oh, I don't know this shit. It's a hard... But hey, I learned something, sort of. I learned that sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Well... The reunion was the revealed was a win, but that was not. Let's do the reunion now. That's like a kind of a crossword puzzle kind of thing here. All right, so we got this grid of things, the yellow, blah blah blah. If you haven't played it before, it's kind of confusing. Let's see. I kind of think this T has to be the end. And the S is still yellow. It has to be there. So it's probably SP something T, like spout, or it could be upset, but there would be 2 U's. Really? That is very interesting. I just had never heard it. And there you go. If you had had that question, you go, yeah, I know what a phrenectomy is, because I know what tongue tie is. But I guess it's something that very young children need in a certain, to kind of correct the deformity kind of effectively, I'm guessing. And you know what I mean? It's a little snip kind of operation. Okay, I'm pretty sure this S has got to go here. All right, so we're making progress. By the way, if you're here, hoping out, you are specifically very good at finding these vertical ones. But now I made two, and they're both correct. So we know this word down here. But look at this. There's an A above where the hedgehog is. It's not going to be there anymore. But that kind of implies it can't be another A or another vowel even, really. It could be consonants, in which case it could be something like splat or sprat. Well, it really pretty much has to be splat, I think, right? All right, so, and we have an L that's available, this one here. We have a lot of L's. All right, so it can't be, oh, it could be split, S-P-L-I-T, because we have an I. Actually, I don't know if we have an A. Yeah, we have an A or an I, but I'm going to leave that because it could be split or splat. We're going to wait until the end. Interesting, we have a Y at the end, or Y that needs to be placed. Usually the Y's at the end, and I don't see any place where it could be there. Oof. And the only other thing we have is this D is on the row. Okay, we're running out of clues here. Could this word on the left be papyrus? Is there another P? No. And it wouldn't fit. P-A-P. Yeah, okay, and the R can't go there anyway. Okay, no, this can't be papyrus. It's got to be, could be Cyprus or surplus. So right, I keep saying that surplus. That may, see, you're good at finding these. I'm pretty sure that is surplus because it's the right number of letters. We have all those words, and see the L goes there. Now, could it be anything else? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be surplus. Okay, so that L went white, so we know it's up here. We know it's on the top row. So this L goes up, and it's not there. So it's either where the D is or the R was. Oh, but let's finish up surplus because we can do that. Okay. I just want to make sure we know this L. It's salad at the top, right? Oh, it's not salad. Oh, couldn't be salad. Shit. It's got to be that. It's got to be sad. Then where's this L gonna go? I thought this. Oh, this L could go here. No, that doesn't make any sense. Well, anyway, what is this? Is this word where it's L-E something something R, lemur, L-E-M-U-R? Is it? I'll wait. I'll go nice and slow because I'm in no hurry. And yeah, for whatever reason, YouTube chat takes a solid 10 seconds, and it's everybody. It's just bad. I don't think it's me. So anyway, okay. At this point, it still could be splat or split at the bottom, but it's just going to be whatever vowels we have left over. But we have an M and a U, and I believe it could be lemur, L-E-M-U-R. Which would make that word possibly decimal on the top one. Oh, sadly. Oh, of course. Thank you. Absolutely. And then this word is going to be decimal, right? And then that's going to be lemur. And this is going to be sadly. And okay, now we know it's splat because there's only an A. I'm just going through this quickly at this point. And this is going to be, they're going to be over here. So it's going to be rich, right? We know it's decimal and then rich. So 17 moves. I kind of powered through that. The point is, it starts slowly, but then once you have a few letters and you know most of where the most of them are green, you can figure it out pretty quickly. But that was a community effort. We got hoping y'all got the surplus there. And then I got pretty lucky. I think I figured out it was lemur was kind of but I had trouble figuring out sadly, even though when I knew it was SA and there's a D and L in it, and you know what I mean, and it wasn't salad, which I thought it was, which it could have been kinda, but obviously it wasn't. All right, there's another one of these games. They do two of these every day: the regular one and the extreme. The extreme is not that much harder. By the way, we see here we took 17, which is just under my average, so I consider that a win. Other players needed almost 20 on average to solve this. So we're doing pretty good at these games. It's a community effort. All right, so we've done the reunion, we've done the Quirtle, we've done the reveal, we've done the tightrope. The next one I want to do, and by the way, there's a new game called the Tagline, which we're probably going to add in. But they have some new games. They're always adding them. They're kind of fun. Tagline is kind of fun. But I do like the loop. Okay, so the loop, it looks like a rom-com movie or something that the people are watching on the screen. Like there's a theater. Oh no, that's the kiss cam. They're in a stadium and then somebody's kissing. That's a kiss cam. Okay, I know 100% what they're going for there. Okay, and then we have one of those. It's a wood chipper. Okay, which is also related to the movie Fargo, maybe. Okay, well, we've got a tree. Tree would go in a wood chipper. So let's put those. We've got a Christmas tree. All right, we got a paper shredder, which is kind of similar to what a log chipper does, isn't it? Really? Okay, we got a snow cone. I mean, a cone is shaped like a tree, kind of, but I don't think so. And we still have to connect up with Kiss Cam. I'm going to go with this next to the kiss cam, the tongue next to the kiss cam. I think they're related. We have the letter 8. Okay. Oh yeah, we have a snow cone and we have an ice cream cone. Well, we have a snowman and an ice cream cone, or they would be together, I think. This is an octagon wrestling. So interesting. And this is a file folder. Well, you'd think that might be next to the shredder. Okay, what is this? This is the Pentagon. The Pentagon. The letter 8. Would that be related to the Pentagon? I don't know. And then we have finally. Oh yeah, we have mistletoe. Okay. All right, so now let's follow. This is the kiss cam. So we're going to put the mistletoe next to the kiss cam. Another used bass. Oh, an acoustic bass with a pickup. Those are really cool. All right, so this is the kiss cam. Mistletoe associated with kissing. Christmas tree associated with mistletoe. Tree chipper. The wood chipper takes the tree. This also is the paper shredder. Again, now, oh yeah, and then this is going to go there because that's the file. This guy looks like he wants to lick the ice cream cone. So we're going to put that there. The file, the high security file might be associated with the Pentagon. And this is an octagon, and that's the letter 8. I don't know what that connection is, but I think we made some good connections. Wow, that was considered, I bet this was considered an easy one. But that even if I required a single hint or 2 hints, that's considered a win. But perfect is a super win. It's an ultra win. But I'll tell you in a second. Let's just look over how they link. Kiss cam, you have to know what that is specifically. Mistletoe, kissing cam, mistletoe. Christmas tree associated with Christmas. Wood chipper, Christmas trees can end up in the wood chipper, right? Paper shredder, wood chipper reduce things. Classified folders ended up in the shredder. Pentagon has the top secret folders. It doesn't have a pickup, but it has a jack. Are you sure there's no pickup? Because I've never heard of a jack and no pickup. It could be a hidden pickup. It could be that you can't see it. It's because it's glued to the bridge. It's glued to the inside of the base. So sometimes there's a pickup and you may not see it. You'd have to try it, or you'd have to look deep inside because it wouldn't be on the surface. A lot of acoustic guitars, the pickup is located in the sound hole or under the bridge. Okay. UFC Octagon, the Pentagon and the Octagon are named for their shape. Number 8, Octagon has 8 sides. The snowman is visually similar to the 8. Okay, gotcha. And in golf, a score of 8 is called a snowman. I did not know that. Ice cream cone and snowman melt in the heat. Tongues lick the ice cream. All right, that was fun. I really like this game. It's satisfying when you get when you get it the first time. And, I'm not trying to do this forever. All right, the next one is a similar, in some senses, game called the New York Times Connections. We're down to 2 games in the Big Brain Games department. I'll be taking a short break, dragging my piano in here, slapping it down, and attempting to... All right, so in the New York Times connections. What you get is 16 words and or short phrases. Words in this case. We got to organize them into 4 groups of 4 by affinity, but we don't know what the affinity is. And there's often misdirection to play, meaning a fake 5th affinity group, which could apply, but isn't the right one. And also, there's wordplay in play, so antonyms, homonyms, that kind of shit. All right, let's read these out and see if we can find out what's going on here. So, for example, steak. I mean, it could be the food or it could be the meat, but it could also be like a steak, S-T-A-K-E. Oh, he told you that there's no pickup. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe you never tried it. As I say, it could literally be hidden, but I've never heard of a guitar that has an output jack that doesn't have a pickup in it. Why would? Because you add them at the same time, and we'll find out. Really interesting. Okay, I'll be curious. Okay, steak. Okay, so anyway, steak could be also S-T-A-K-E, like it could be homonym. Okay, let's read them all. Steak, Leone, like Sierra Leone, Primo, Mall, Madre, like Sierra Madre, Mist, Poker, Choke, Club, it's like Sierra Club, Rand, that's money in South Africa. Tear, Nera, Hijo, I have no idea what that is. Hijo, Kwanzaa, Well, and Abuela, which is grandmother in Spanish. If you didn't know that, I probably did. All right, well, I'm thinking Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Madre, Sierra Club, and isn't Sierra Mist a drink? I want to double check that, slightly cheat there. Yeah, Sierra Mist is a drink. And I don't see anything where Sierra could precede any of these other words. Like Sierra Poker, Sierra Mall, Sierra Choke, Sierra Rando. So let's go for it. It's the fake one. That's the fake one. That's what we call the 5th fake affinity group. What do you want to do, sue me? All right, so what we do know is that these are all in different categories. Okay, based on that, because they could be, they are clearly in a category, or either the fake category. All right, so let's see. Mist. Let's see, what could Leon go would be like. Leon has a man's name in it. Club could be card related, like a poker, but let's see, what do you think? No, you're probably way behind me. We know this is the fake one, so I think it's got to be. So that's right, Madre, Abuela, Hijo are family members. What would be the other one? Because I don't know what a Nera is. I kind of want to look that up. No. Nera is a currency, though, and so is Rand. Interesting. Is Primo a name for like the first, like a grandfather or something? Is Primo in Spanish mean a person? I'm gonna check this out. Yeah, Primo is a cousin in Spanish. All right, let's grab that one. Spanish relatives. I do not know Spanish that well. Slightly cheated, but I'm going to give this one to. Here we go. It's a group community effort. All right. So now I'm thinking though. The other thing I want to point out is I didn't know what a Nera was. Nera and Rand are both obscure national currencies. Yeah, you're like 10 minutes behind. That's fine. But it's fine. Don't worry about it. I appreciate you being here. If you really wanted to, you could also go to Twitch and you'd be like, oh, I could type it immediately appears. I don't think there's anything I can do on my end to make it faster. but I don't see any other obscure currencies. So I don't know, man. What do we got here? Mall, well, rand. And there is a currency somewhere. Mist, stake, choke, poker, tear, and club. Poker could be something relating to a fireplace. Okay, a fireplace, poker, a club. I know, 20 seconds today. That sucks. I'm sorry. These are things that you kind of have a handle on, right? Is there anything else? Because none of these really do. Okay. Mist, tear, tier, a well, something that might have water in it. But what else would be there? I don't see anything else that would have water in it. This is a hard one. I like it. Hey, we got plenty of time. And Kwanzaa's a holiday. That's the only... Any ideas? Okay, a club sandwich, a steak sandwich. I don't see any other sandwiches. What else could we have? I'm trying to find even 3 things that will go together. Choke point. Choke, what would choke be? Wow, this is a hard one today, which I like. I don't mind it. I got plenty of time. I'm in no huge hurry. We can go 2 hours and a half if we need to. Because yeah, I'm not really getting. Let's shuffle this again. Okay, Rand. The thing that's really weird is Rand and Naira are currencies, but I don't think any of these others are. Although, is Leone a currency? Leone is a currency. It's the Sierra Leonean currency. So Naira is a currency. These are African currencies. Ooh, because the Rand is South African. The Leone is the currency of Sierra Leone. The Naira is currency of somewhere else. And I'm wondering if the Kwanzaa is a currency somewhere in Africa. Yes, it is also a currency. Oh, we figured it out. Well, I slightly cheated. It's Angolan. African currencies. All right, we're moving slightly forward. This is hey. So far, we have only made one mistake. So, and that was the incorrect. That was the fake thing. Yeah, I guess that's also Naira is also a Spanish. Anyway, okay. No, it's not Spanish. Okay, wait. Well, choke, tear, mist. I think to choke. You cheated too. See, I know you're probably listening to me say that right as it comes cheated. So we both cheated on that one, as you can see. You're hearing this like with the 20 seconds later. I'm finally reacting to your thing. Sorry about that, but it's what it is. Okay, we're moving on. We got the last. All we have to do is get one more right, and we've finished. All right, it's not going to be forever. To choke, to club. And to tear. I mean, these are all kind of to beat on, to hurt something, to hurt. But I don't know what maybe poker. I don't see. Well, let's see. I don't think this is correct. Misty. These things are, to me, this is all associated with crying, like tears welling with tears. Well, I'm just gonna try it. Yeah, start to cry, like choke up, mist up, tear up, or well up, or up well up. That was the green one. That seemed kind of hard. Look, this is a win. Okay, so mall, poker, club, and stake. What is the connection? Let's just see if we can figure it out. It's like clubhouse, steakhouse. Again, club sandwich, steak sandwich, poker sandwich, mall sandwich. I've never heard of those. Oh man, I have no idea what this is, but we're running out of time, so we're just gonna ask. There's one more game after this. We're gonna. Hey, it doesn't matter. Oh, strip club, strip mall, strip poker, and strip steak. Probably could have got that, but look, that's the purple one. It's the same time. Every time you see it, after you see it, it's like super obvious. But that's why these ones where there's a leading word or a trailing word are pretty hard. We should have got that. Strip club, strip malls. I mean, we did. Hey, that was great. We only got that one wrong. And you can see here what I meant is from the top line there is when you get the fake affinity group, you know all four of those are going to be in different affinity groups. That's why that top one has 4 different colors in it. You see what I mean? It's a clue that you need to know. It's not the end of the world, but you need to understand that the fake affinity group means those are all going to be in different ones, all the ones you picked. Okay, so we're going to do the final one, which for me is the Octurtle. We're just going to run through the rescue. I like to do this every day anyway. What is this word going to be? It's not chase. Yeah, it's not chase. It's going to be, because the H isn't, because it obviously can't be chase. But what could it be? Cease? Right? I don't think it could, the only thing it could be is cease. Cease. So we'll grab that. There's always at least 1 or 2 pretty obvious ones here. And this word here on the lower right, it could be tool. Tulle. It's in the dictionary. But I'm going to wait on that. This one, interesting. It's probably going to be skull. So grab that one because uncommon number SK and L are kind of uncommon with U. Now we have another good one here. This one has S and then a TE, and then there's a P and an unknown vowel, or it's either E or I. It's gonna be spite. That's easy enough. That gives us the I. Well, eliminates the I. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this one here on the upper left should be easy because it's LATE, right? So there's a limited number of things it could be: delate, flate, glate, blate, blate, no, late, late. The only thing it could be is elate, ELATE. All right. So we'll grab that one. All right, this one we might be able to guess too, because I think we know what it is. Upper right one here. I think this is going to be. We know it's kind of LA. I think it has to be Lance, right? There's no other thing where that N can go. Interesting. No N's anywhere. Okay. I'm just going to guess on this lower left one here. I mean, it could be a bunch of things, but it could be ledge. And even if it isn't, it gives us the key D and G, the D and G. Interesting. It wasn't ledge. Okay. As I say, the D and G were very helpful, like here. Okay. So this one is ODGE, but it's not lodge. It's probably going to be dodge. All right. That's easy enough. We can still win this one. Okay, and then we know this one here, there's another L. All right, so now we know this one on the lower right is, like I said, tool, Tulle. We know there's 2 L's in it, and that's pretty easy. That's possible. And yeah, it's quite. That's most likely what happened. Is there was originally uh, a, a pickup in there, and the person's like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't know why you would have an acoustic bass unless you know what I mean, and you can't plug it into anything. But who knows? Okay, so this word here has E L and then an E. It could be. It can't be. It cannot be an L there. Let's not be lie. It could be Melee, Melee. It's in the dictionary. Melee. Pretty sure. You win. That was the last one. Oh gosh, that's a good point. If somebody knows instruments that well, yeah. But I'm just saying it's very unusual for there to be a hole where you just plug a wire in and not a pickup. It indicates what you think. At some point there was a pickup and then they took it out because it probably didn't do much. You know what I mean? It probably, you're probably playing in a small group in a living room setting where nobody's amplified. Somebody's playing acoustic guitar and singing, and you're playing along with the bass acoustically. It's gonna sound really good. And somebody maybe just playing a snare drum or something like that. It's that kind of scenario, I'm guessing, because you're not going to be plugging it, you're not going to be amplifying the bass. You're not going to plug, put a microphone in front of it. All right, we win with that. Hey, the games are over. I'm sad until tomorrow. We'll have to play more games tomorrow, but we're over. Okay, how did we do? The reunion was really was okay. We got that. We got the reunion in 17. That's considered a win. Yeah, well, they are. That's the whole point. The loop was a huge win. Big win for the loop. You can see here, we got it perfect. The revealed, okay. The revealed was really good, really good. I feel like that guessing this buoyancy with one clue is actually pretty good, and that's true. Oh, by the way, the other thing we can do is check in the results. It'll tell you today's stats, how players did. Again, this was considered a pretty easy one. Yesterday's was easy too, and we got it in the first one. But so 17% of players did as well as we did, getting it instantly like we did. And it's kind of interesting. I haven't been looking at these that often. But also the reveal. Okay, no, they give you stats there. The reunion basically gives you these stats there. Tire Trivia didn't do well. That's fine. It was a hard one. The Quirtle we solved, right? We did the Quirtle, that was fine, and the Octurtle. So, yeah, mixed bag, but most of the games we did okay. All right, I'm going to switch over to the music category right now while I'm thinking about it. I got to move my keyboard in and my stand and all that stuff. It's going to take me like 5 minutes or so. But during that time, I'm going to run my mid-roll, and we'll see you on the other side of that. So, if you want to enjoy Ken's Piano Lounge on a nice Saturday with me, come on, hang out. If you don't, that's fine. We'll see you tomorrow. Be more flying around and big brain games at the regular time. Set up here. Higher there. Now closer to my eyeball. There we go. Get most of the keys in. Here we go. It's about right. Okay, let's see. Check, check. Got audio. Let's see if the piano was working. I said, I always have to plug everything in. Make sure all the things get plugged in. Like the pedal and the outputs. It's all plugged in. Alrighty, just warming up a little bit here. All right, what is Ken's piano lines? You might ask. Nobody asked that, but it's literally this. It is something. It's this list of songs that I play that I have memorized. I just have to look at the little title, like say a little prayer by Burt Bacharach, whatever. Natalie Cole. No, Natalie. Yeah, it's a Bacharach song. Slightly to the right here. Get a perfect position. Alrighty then. Alright, what's the next one? Say a little prayer. Oh, we'll do a little Joe Jackson here. welcome to Ken's Piano Lounge. I'm just gonna play some songs and probably not talk too much. All right, so something like the following song is called "Flashdance" by Irene Cara. The late Irene Cara. And Giorgio Moroder. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. I've been grinding the marbles when I'm not streaming. You know, I usually have two. I have 4 monitors up, but 2 of them are when I'm not streaming. 2 of them are devoted to marble streams. You know, I'm not. My ball is not doing that well. my points for race are very low. I just have a shitload of races, so I'm currently like 129. But anyway, let's see. Okay, that was Flashdance. Let's play a little Girl from Ipanema. It's a good song. Well, I don't go into people's stream and tell them I play the piano. You know what I mean? Other streamers, it's a little weird to go into other people's streams that I don't really know that well. Yeah, she's very musical. Maybe I'll meet her on TwitchCon. There's a lot of Marble streamers who go. Hi, how you doing? put the time in. Thank you. Thanks, Teresa. I'm pretty good. I've been playing forever. Not really. My dad played piano, so we had a house. There was a piano in the house. My dad would play. I would play, and then I was like, I wonder if I could learn how to do that. And we just started with very, simple classical music, just practicing. I've played that in decades. I picked up the music theory while basically just trying to get that technique down. I really started when I was 15. I wanted to play ragtime. Wait, that's on the wrong key. Pineapple rag, and so when I started to learn like ragtime, just all sorts of different genres. But then I just started playing, by ear, learning a song. Okay, I want to play some more songs. This is called "Just One Victory" by Todd Rundgren. That was 50 years ago. I started playing 50 years ago. This is definitely more recent than like last year or 2 years ago. 5 years ago. I learned that ragtime piece 50 years ago, and that classical piece, that Bach. It's a Todd Rundgren song. We'll do another one. We'll do Too Far Gone. This one is called Too Far Gone. The last one was called Just One Victory. They're both by Todd Rundgren. Both great songs, by the way. He's a legitimate musical genius. Yeah, I think so. I do, you know that. You ever see me play the guitar? I do every other day. Really? Yeah, I play guitar and piano. And bass. These are songs with lyrics and stuff and arrangements. I'm just going to do I'm doing the lounge act version of the songs, which still I think is kind of fun to do. Hey, what do we want to do here? Moving right on to little Billy Joel. They're all about the same level of difficulty. Billy Joel there. We're also going to do this Bill Withers tune. Just two of us. Yes, I do. I would consider Just the Two of Us. That song is a jazzy song. By the way, you know, a lounge piano is a requirement that you're going to put that music in front of you if playing the lounge piano. You got to have the songs memorized, which is why I call it a lounge piano list, or Ken's Lounge. Ken's Piano Lounge, that's what I call it. But no, you wouldn't normally expect somebody to have to thing. That was Just the Two of Us. The next one is The Heart. Also a very jazzy song. It's called Misty. Misty for you there. The next one we're going to do is called Can You Read My Mind? It's from Superman the movie. Very really nice tune. It's a movie tune from the late 70s. The original Superman movie had this kind of as a theme, but then it was reworked as a popular song by Maureen McGovern, a singer, which this is based on. Based on the theme from Superman by John Williams, but it has lyrics. See right through me. Can you read my mind? Do you know what it is I'm thinking of? Wondering who you are. Just a friend from another star. You can fly, you belong to the sky. You and I Maureen McGovern. I can't really sing it. It's a pretty song. And again, that was not in the movie. It was a sideline of the movie. The theme is in the movie, but not really her singing that whole song. Anyway, let's do some more songs. A few more songs I'm going to do, and we'll have to call it due to time. Hey, more streaming tomorrow at the regular time. Walking my baby back home. All right, let's do Up and Away, one of my favorites as a jazzy little lounge song. right what I want to do here. Well, I'm familiar with that theme, but I'll have to look into that. The theme from Somewhere in Time. That's a it's kind of a romance time travel fantasy by what's his name? I used to know that author really well. Wrote a bunch of things. God, yeah, it's a cool one. Let me look and see if I can find it on the YouTube a little later. But anyway, I'm gonna sing a song. It's called "I Can See Clearly Now." I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind, and it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Yes, I can make it now, the rain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is the rainbow I've been praying for, and it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue skies. Look straight ahead, there's nothing but blue skies. And I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind, and it's going to be a bright, sunshiny day. And it's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. That's really a reggae song, but I don't really play it in the reggae. He does it as a reggae song. Sort of a modified reggae, but I just do it as a lounge. All right, last one is gonna be "Up Where We Belong" from an Officer and Gentleman. It's a great little song. righty, right. I'm like 2 hours, 30 minutes in. Okay. All right. So the reason why I think I'm a little behind is because I took an extra long time on the big brain games today. The specifically the New York Times connections, which eventually we got. We did it. We got okay. Well, we got, but that was a hard one today, and I spent a lot of time staring at it until it eventually came to me. But that's what happens. New York Times connections, good game. I like it. And in general, we had a pretty good time. We flew around Berlin in a Yak 18, I believe something Yak some number. I think around 18. A Russian-made small plane. It didn't have too much problems with it. We were able to take off, land. Eventually, I figured out how to start it up. It was pretty complicated, those Russian planes. And then we did the big brain games mixed bag. Most of them I did pretty well on. I think most of the brain games we did fine. So I'm not too worried about the brain today. Maybe tomorrow I might not be able to get any of them, but today the brain is functioning at its normal level. And then we did the music. So today was like piano day. Guess what? I don't do piano days twice in a row, so tomorrow has to be a guitar day. Now I played my Yamaha Revstar yesterday, so I'm gonna switch to a different random guitar. One of my 16 car, maybe I don't know what guitar. It could be anything. It could be a Telecaster. It could be a Stratocaster. I don't. I got a lot of different guitars. But that'll be tomorrow, roughly the same time, 11:30, 12, and that time frame, my time. And I'm gonna look into that theme from somewhere in time. I think I've heard it. I don't know if I memorized it. It's kind of interesting and kind of complicated. All right. Right. Oh yeah. A little bit of Diet Coke left, but not much. It's all kind of. It's not. There's no ice. It's kind of. It's room temperature. It's not very fizzy, but still Diet Coke. I'm so glad we had this time together, just to have a laugh or sing a song. Seems we just get started, and before you know it, comes the time we have to say so long. Bye. See you guys next time.